The moment we've been all waiting for is finally here. Sam Bankman Fried has been arrested. This is breaking news, so I'm just going to share this story here live without any edits. But as you can see from CoinDesk, he's been arrested in the Bahamas, and US authorities have filed criminal charges against Sam Bankman Fried, and it's likely he's going to get extradited to the US as well. A statement has come out from the Royal Bahamas Police Force. You can see the full statement here. On the 12th of December 2002, the attorney of the Office General of the Bahamas is announcing the arrest by the Royal Bahamas Police Force of Sam Bankman Fried, it even says SBF, former CEO of FTX. SBF's arrest followed receipt of formal notification from the United States that it has filed criminal charges against SBF and is likely to request his extradition. This is big news because I previously did a post where I said, why hasn't Sam Bankman Fried been arrested? Why isn't he in jail yet? The issue was that nothing was proven yet. It was still all very speculative. Unless you could pin him down on something, it was hard to arrest him. I'm interested to know what it was exactly that led to this arrest. Maybe it was the latest CoffeeZilla interview where he actually kind of got Sam Bankman Fried to admit fraud. Could be that, but I guess we'll wait and see and find out. At the bottom of this statement, you can see that even the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Philip Davis, has also responded. He said, "The Bahamas and the United States have a shared interest in holding accountable all individuals associated with FTX who may have betrayed the public trust and broken the law." It's not only going to be Sam Bankman Fried. It's talking about all individuals associated with FTX, and I'm sure by extension it means Alameda Research as well. That means Caroline Ellison, Nishad Singh, they're all coming for you. Don't worry about that. The US Attorney of the Southern District of New York also released a statement from their Twitter. This story is just breaking now as well on Cointelegraph. I always wonder how Cointelegraph gets these images. These cartoons are always quite funny. There's so many questions that need to be answered, so many things that just doesn't make sense. And there's a great article, I'll link to it in the description, from CoinDesk as well, where a securities lawyer has posed some questions for the new CEO, John J. Ray III. So this guy actually did the bankruptcy of Enron. Enron was this huge scandal, and it was an absolute mess, and he was the guy that had to clear it up. So he's quite legendary for that. And even he said about FTX that he's never seen something so terrible like this before. So it just goes to show you how bad this all was. This is a great article. We get information from a lawyer about the kind of questions that Sam Bankman Fried should be asked. Some of the stuff it talks about here is about commingling funds. I mean, have you ever heard this word commingling so many times in the space of a couple of weeks? Did they use customer funds illegally? That is very, very important because it seems as though they did. Sam Bankman Fried has been on his apology tour and he's been playing the ignorant fool, basically. This guy who's a genius math whiz kid and went to MIT, worked at Jane Street, is suddenly like, oh, things got mislabeled. Oh, I don't really know what I was doing. I'm not buying it. I'm sure plenty of you aren't buying it either. This is an important question. Did they knowingly misappropriate customer funds at the benefit of Alameda Research, which is a sister company and a trading and investment firm? Alameda Research also had a secret exemption on FTX. What this means is when you have a client who's trading on your platform, you need to make sure that they always have healthy positions. Otherwise, you yourself are going to be liable for their losses. That's where liquidations come in. If a trading account has not got a healthy position and they take a lot of losses, then the trading platform will liquidate them early to make sure that at least the trading platform gets their money. It seems as though Alameda Research did not have that kind of normal setting on their account, exclusively them. They had some sort of exemption. And they may have also used money from FTX to cover up some of their losses as well. We'll see if it's going to be proven true. Another thing about the cover up is that Sam Bankman Fried put in his bankruptcy declaration that someone at FTX used software to conceal the misuse of customer funds. Who was that? Let's get some information about what exactly went wrong there. We're also going to talk about all this missing crypto a hacker took. Like, come on. It's obviously oftentimes the simplest answer is the correct answer. You know, Occam's razor. And if there was a hack that took place on the day of the bankruptcy filing, it's an inside job. I'm not saying SBF did it. I'm just saying it's most likely an inside job. Alameda Research is a piggy bank as well. The personal loans is unreal. Do you imagine $1 billion, right? Nishad Singh, $500 million. This could be customers' money. It's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. And of course, a lot has come out about the fact that, oh, he's been getting special privileges because he's been donating to the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Shouldn't they give that money back? I think they should. If that's customer funds, I think there's kind of some legal law about the fact that they may have to give that back. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but has it taken this long to get him arrested? Because it's not in those politicians' interest to give that money back. You hear people like Kevin O'Leary going on the news saying, you know, innocent until proven guilty, which is true. But bro, at the same time, call a spade a spade. This man is an idiot, SBF. And what he did was terrible, okay? At least admit that much. For Kevin O'Leary to get $15 million as an FTX paid spokesperson, I mean, come on. It's unreal. Something I only just recently learned today from this article as well is that Sam Bankman Fried and Caroline Ellison used to work at Jane Street, which I knew. What I didn't know was that days before the bankruptcy, Jane Street, which had an account on FTX, withdrew $24 million before it went bankrupt. It smells so fishy, okay? This kind of timing, it's unreal. Another thing that Sam Bankman Fried has been saying a lot in his interviews recently is that FTX US is fine. If people want their money from it, they could. I don't think that's true. Maybe he's just saying that because it affects US citizens and the US law would come down hard on him more so than FTX, the international one. I don't know. But if people can get their money back, people should get their money back. So yeah, highly recommend checking out this article. Coin has been my place to go to keep on top of everything. Something a little bit light to end on is that FTX partnered with an advertising agency in New York to create fortune cookies. Okay, the agency is called Open Fortune. These fortune cookies are still being delivered to more than 21,000 US restaurants. There's some incredible things in there which have just aged so badly. If you go to Twitter and you just type in FTX fortune cookie, you see some of the stuff that's come out in them. Like this one here. Sometimes it's hard to imagine life before this. In retrospect, it was inevitable. I mean, actually, these are really good fortune cookies in hindsight. Change your world. Here's your chance. They definitely changed the world for the worse. The volatility of life is what makes it fun. It does seem like they basically ran FTX and Alameda Research in that way. But finally, it looks as though some progress is being made. Anyone who lost money, I hope that this makes you feel a little bit better. Honestly, I don't think you're going to get your money back. I have someone closely affected who lost all their money on FTX as well. Don't feel too bad or too hard on yourself because no one could have known fraudulent activity was being committed. Some of the biggest investors in the world, Sequoia, SoftBank, Temasek, they couldn't find out either. And I assume they did some kind of due diligence and they've lost hundreds of millions of dollars, which doesn't make us feel any better, but sometimes that's the way it goes. And more often than not, I just kind of keep advising people to use crypto exchanges, whether it's Binance, whether it's Coinbase, as an on-ramp and an off-ramp. If you're going to be serious about crypto and you still believe in it and you still want to invest in it in the long term, you really need to take the time to learn how to self-custody using a cold wallet. I personally use a ledger, but so far what I've been doing is depositing money, buying my crypto, and then immediately withdrawing it to my ledger. So all I'm using a crypto exchange for is to put money in and take money out, and that's it. I'm holding all my crypto self-custody. I highly advise you do the same. It's cumbersome, it's tedious, it's not user-friendly. We're still very much in like the early internet stage, like in the 90s when it comes to crypto. It will get better. If this hasn't proven that you need to do these kind of things, it's important to take the time to learn them, guys. I really do think so. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll keep up to date with what's going on. All right, stay safe.